So it's session 84. I made a quick film at the scar, but I'm concerned the audio wasn't switched on, so I'm not sure if it recorded. I decided I'm down at the choke, down at the project, and I'm in the Alicat series, which is the first area that I began to work when I first made the breakthrough to the White Hotel and then the Blue Room, and I spent a lot of time here. There was always a evident draft, and I've actually just had a smoke and the air's cleared really quickly. So a lot of the original scaffold came here. What I referred to as the cage, which is more like a prison cell, all those months, a piston chamber. I stripped out the cage because I realised that the boulder that it was supporting was pretty well supported by its surroundings. So I'm not sure if this camera's switched off. Oh no, it's still on. The screen keeps switching off. I stripped it out and most of it came down here, and I actually named this area, I subsequently named it the trench, because I spent a lot of miserable sessions working here. Now it's pretty cramped. Up there is Wharf Gate Chamber. This is what I referred to, I think, as a fluted column, and there's like a 1.5 metre pot down there. And this is the little shop of horrors, which I've just reopened. I actually closed all this up. I forget which session around there. Before I found the crawl through to the blowpipe, which I dropped session 69. So yeah, my intention was to strip the scaffold out, which you can see, but I've decided I can't say I was looking forward to the idea of stripping it all out, to be frank. So I've decided before I do that, I mean, the reason for stripping it out really is I just can't face carrying any more up to the scar and bringing it down. What we brought initially was enough of a job. So yeah, I've decided to give this area a little bit more attention before I write it off. But I'm also going to... The main survey that I did, this area was pretty much drawn from memory, so I think I'm going to survey it properly today, back to the Blue Room, because I just want to check that this area is away from the level below. I'm fairly certain it is, but I need to be sure of that before I start working here, because it's pointless. If this is at the end of Healy Avenue, there is a shaft going up, and I know that it connects with Alicat. I'm fairly certain it connects with that area in there, which is back along Alicat towards the Blue Room. So I need to make sure that this radiates away from the lower levels. I'm fairly certain it does, because the draft that I've always felt in here, although I have experienced a draft in the lower chambers, it hasn't been as strong as the one I felt here. So, but there is a little opening in the distance over there, and initially when I first opened this up I was heading for that, but the ceiling's pretty scary, although there does appear to have been some collapse since the previous floods or the last time I was in. So yeah, I've decided today I'm going to focus on this area instead of going down to the lower levels. So yeah, that's all for now, I think. So I'm back down at Last Resort. After my last video in Alicat, I did a little bit more work. I opened up Little Shop of Horrors and managed to find a void going down, but it looks desperate and there's a lot of loose in there. But the opening on the far side of Little Shop, I'm going to have a look at that next time I've got back up. I think Nicola's joining me on the next trip, so I may well chance it and go to the other side of Little Shop of Horrors and see what's beyond. I quickly surveyed Alicat. I couldn't be arsed with anything detailed. As soon as the surveying gear gets out, I just lose interest. So really, I was going to call it a day after I came out of Alley Cat back to the Blue Room, but I kind of feel the need to make the most of these trips, because I don't know whether or not we're going to be on lockdown and stuff soon. So, and I'm pretty hungry. I've not eaten much today. I'm not one for eating very much in the morning. So I'm starting to feel really tired now as a result, but it's my own fault. So I'm gonna just have a quick look at this floor in here, and see if I feel any draft coming up as I start opening it up. There doesn't seem to be much of a draft evident today. The air in Alley Cat cleared very quickly when I had a smoke, but we'll see anyway. So I've just stopped for a breather in Boulder Hall after what felt like a fairly long session. I've not had a clock with me, so I've no idea how long I've been down here, but it felt like I spent a couple of hours down Alley Cat, but I'm not sure. And then I headed down to Last Resort, but that was a waste of time really. I got nothing done down there.